Hello my friend, welcome to this new watercolor tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate one of the very impactful practice you can do in a regular basis, which brings a real learning to your watercolor journey. It's very easy to follow and it's easy to practice at your home or wherever you are. So hopefully this will be really helpful for you. And before starting this, I would request you to please subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon. I'm also offering you a lesson for you, absolutely free for you, which is how you paint loose watercolor. And after going through this tutorial, you will have a real understanding how you can make a very spontaneous way to create a loose watercolor. And I'm sure you're going to love this because I've seen many people who received it who sent me an email, and they just thanked me how helpful this tutorial is. So thank you so much. The link I have given in the video description, check that out. And now let's move into this. And this is the fun part. When you pick any subject, like in this example, I have taken this onion. Likewise, you can just take any subject to paint. The most important part in this one is you understand the the pigmentation of that particular subject, the light, the depth of that subject, how you are applying the color, how really understand the quality of color which has its in its subject, right? And how you can transfer that color into your painting. So how many color you see here, right? You see here mostly like mostly uh, kind of the pink kind of a flavor, texture, or shades having a little bit of yellow occur. Whatever the color you see here, just look at very carefully. You see a very little. Do you see? Do you see a bit of blueness into this? Do you see a very light pigment of lighter pink, a bit of red, and a bit of burnt sienna? These are the colors which I see, and this is the great opportunity you are actually developing yourself to understand the color of that subject, right? So check that out. How I'm just doing it. I'm just taking this red, and I'm just adding a little bit water into it, and I'm just taking a very little ultramarine blue, very little ultramarine blue. Now see, like things are getting a little darker here, but when you look at the subject, it's lighter. So I'm going to take a little bit of red here again. I could have used the crimson as well, but I don't have that color. I don't want to have hundreds of color for me to paint something. I want to create that color and not necessarily exact the same color, the color which I see into the painting. That is something I'll be using it, right? So now I have just mixed this color, and I will just apply it here into this area. This seems very darker, so I'll add a little water into it to make things a little lighter. And here we go. And I want to keep some light somewhere, so I'll just leave that. And I also take a bit of, I told you, right? I see sorry, I'm just picking the wrong color, so I'm taking this ultramarine blue, a very little ultramarine blue, because the tissue of this onion has a very lighter pigment of this blue, right? I've just taken that. So this way you understand the volume of the color, the pigmentation, and several other factors basically it comes into your learning. And here we go for this upper part where you have this. I'm using a yellow ochre, okay, and this side also I'm using a bit of, I'm just mixing a little bit of left out color here in this, and I'm using this color like this, very little wherever I feel that is most relevant, and I'm just trying to add a bit of color here and there. And this is a little lighter pigment. Do you see what all the color I see here? that's that's important. What color you see, because your artwork will have exactly the same personality what you see there, right? Now I just want to make this a little more. Probably I'll just add burnt sienna, a little bit of burnt sienna here, and thing is, when we do some certain kind of a work, we basically don't take so much of time to bring that into reality, because the moment you start thinking about okay, what color I should choose and what all the things I need to do, so those things are basically I would suggest you not to do that. Just whatever it comes in your mind, you just take it. Now we need to lift a little bit of color here and there, right? So still there is a moisture, so I've just dip my brush into the water. I've just mopped this a little, and I'm just trying to make a line of it wherever it is. I'm just trying to make this line. These lines are pretty helpful when you do at this moment. So I'm just trying to pull a little bit of color here, lifting the color. Like this. And every time I'm just doing like this because I don't want to have any water in my brush. Right? And what I'll do is I need also some bit of texture. So I've just taken a little bit of water in my hand, I see, and just sprinkled it here, just like that, gently, not too much. And you got some texture of that particular subject you see here into your painting, right? So I mean in a reference image. So again I can do a bit of, I mean, it shouldn't be too much, just bit of work here and there, that's all. Okay. Right, and if it is somewhere wherever I feel I should have some bit of work, some bit of, because it's still wet, so I can, at least I can bring that up at this moment. I need a little bit of, because I see there is a little bit of depthness here and there, so I'll just bring that up here, and some bit of work here in this, some darker pigments. Okay, so I think this is good, and this is your first layer. So what did we understand doing this is how you locate the subject, and how you decide that which color you need to pick. And most of the time you will see like your color is completely different, and that's okay. Okay, that's completely okay, because that's your expression, that's the way you look at the subject. But it shouldn't be completely out of the context, since it is a kind of a realistic approach. uh, we need to have some sense uh, to reflect its real values and real quality. The people should be able to understand what exactly it is, right? And that's so important. um, so whenever you create something like this, it's absolutely fine whether you want to make it a very impressionism kind of work, or you want to make it very relief, very realistic, whatever the case. It should say its story that yes, this is me, this I'm an onion, or I'm a potato, whatever it is. So that's the quality you should have in your painting, right? So this is your first layer, and we need to dry this out. Once this will get dry, then we'll apply the second layer, and we'll see what are the things we can just do it here, right? What all the parameter we can just bring in here that completes your painting, right? Let it dry. All right, now you see our first layer is dried. Absolutely, we can go for the second layer. Before jumping into this further, I want to let you know about my watercolor art community. It's a global platform where there's thousands of people are learning, they are improving their watercolor art. I give them a complete support, give them a guidance. There is a lot of activity happens in my forum, and it's a very fun way to be part of this community. The link I've given in the description. So let's move out further into this, and this is going to be very interesting now, because this is the second layer is where you are bringing the entire thing in reality, right? And we are going ahead with this. So I'll keep with the same color here, but little darker. If it is this, then I'll have the same color, but a little darker, and that's typically the uh, how the second layer works. So I've just taken this color and a little bit of ultramarine blue, and now see this is a little darker pigment, right? So I'll add a very little water into it, and what I'll do is I'll just, the important part here is when you go for apply second layer, if you get most of the time it happens, people get really overwhelmed with the way they think, like, if I'll do something like this, my painting will get spoiled, whatever the time I've spent, it will get spoiled. So just leave that thought aside and just start painting. I mean, whatever it comes, you should be happy with it, right? Now is also how you do it. I just made this painting, the color, and now I'll apply the second layer, very lighter pigment here. Now just see, I just applied here this one. Now all you have to do is to understand the pigmentation of this. So I have this lighter pigment, and now I'll just make it a little more lighter. Okay, a little more lighter here, wherever I feel I should apply the color pigmentation and the patches. So I'll just apply it here without much thought. That's important. I don't want to bring any uh, very thoughtful work that, okay, if I'll do something like this and my work will get spoiled. The moment you start doing this, thinking like, okay, if I'll do something like this and my work will get spoiled, and things like that, because the second layer is all about that. Second layer, most of the people, they uh, they just feel like, okay, I mean, I don't want to do this. So I was also in that situation, but it's a way you improve your artwork over a period of time, right? So that's the thing. That I'm just applying a little more darker pigment here, this side, wherever I feel like, okay, I should apply such kind of a pigment. I can do that, and very spontaneous way. I mean, no, not to double thought, not the double thought. It's just like, okay, I've just taken this, and boom, I've just made the patch here. Now, since we have a lighter pigment here, I'll just take a little lighter pigment here too, and I'll make something like this, patches like this. Okay, and if I feel I wanted to have some, I want to uh, off some of the texture, I want to make something like the patch I'm just creating, it shouldn't have too much of edges. Somewhere I wanted to reduce the edges, so that also you can just do something like this. Okay, and now let's make it a little more darker pigment here in this section. Okay, and here just something like this. Okay, that's all. So such kind of practice, if you'll just do giving us such kind of a texture or patches rather, that becomes your artwork much better, and you'll see you'll have control over it over a period of time. So now let's make this the shade. So for the shade, I am just making the little darker pigment of burnt sienna and ultramarine blue. So let's say this is the shade. Light is coming from this side, so most of the shades will go in this particular area here, like this. Okay, I'll just add a little ultramarine blue here. To make things a little more obvious with this shade. Okay, so we got the shade here into this, and we can just highlight some of the areas. Once this get dry, we can further do this. I just wanted to have some bit of further extended this shade. Okay, So there's a lot of light here in this section, and the little darker here in this section as well. So I'm just trying to make a line again, a bit of line, just a visual representation that it has a bit of line here. So I'm just lifting a little bit of color here, and something like this. So you'll have those visible line very prominent. So wherever it is possible, I'm just lifting the color again from here. Okay, and now I'm just allowing it to get dry. Let's just apply a bit of patches here and there. So okay, so let it dry, and we'll work on the third layer where we'll conclude this painting. Okay, so this is dried, and now we just conclude this painting now. So we'll use this two color ultramarine burnt sienna and yellow ochre. I'll just add this color together and just mop the color, extra color, and I'll have almost like a dry brush, and that way we can make, just take a little more. The upper section of this. Okay. That's all. And just put some depth there. And now we just need to have some dry effect into this. So I'll just take this and I'll mop my all color. Almost we wanted to have a dry sort of work. So I'll just add it here to something like this. So it's a kind of a dry things to get its real texture. So this, whatever the texture we see in this, so we get that here. Not everywhere, wherever we feel that it's required, so that place we can bring in there. And that's pretty much we are doing the third layer, where we are just trying to bring its the original character, a bit of work here and there. Right? So I was talking about this patches, what I'm just doing it here, and that's very important. When we are doing this, you see, I mean, if you're able to bring this up, then you'll see a lot of values actually bringing up here into this. And now just put a little depth here and there. This section, all this area where you have, these are pretty much nearby the bottom of this. So we can just bring it up here into this. And this area where and we need to just tone it down a little, this one, because it has a lot of light, so this will not have so much prominent color here, because things are getting a little lighter in this section. So I'll just mop it up. Yes. And that's become more like a onion. So we have this kind of a work. I just wanted to bring it for you to try that out. I mean, good, bad, whatever it is, you need to try this at least, right? So now this is what I just wanted to bring it for you. We see how the overall, the layer, the skin, and the overall, the characteristic of this particular subject is actually you're working with. Uh, and you have to do a lot of practice, smaller sort of practices, and that brings a tremendous growth in your painting and your journey. That would be really a wonderful way to see your improvement if you start doing something like this. So thank you so much, and don't forget to see my watercolor art community. I'm inviting you to check that out and join there. It'll be really helpful for many of you to learn this medium more effectively, and you can share your artwork, get inspired. You'll have a lot of tutorial from my end, very constructive way of giving you feedback, which will help you to learn watercolor in a every single day. You will be learning something new. So thank you so much, everyone. I will be coming with a new video very soon. Till then, take care and create more art. Thank you.